Hello and welcome back to the channel. I just had to do this. It's amazing, isn't it? This story with Arla and the Bovia stuff is just going on. Somebody sent me a little WhatsApp message about the article in the Daily Mail. Have a look at this. So you may have seen this. This may be a bit old news, but it's fantastic to see the great British public actually getting up and doing something about something. So here we go. This is the Arla's Foods Bovia contaminated projects boycotted by the customers. And this is just one of many articles that are going around. And here we go. We're showing people Arla, not in my house, and some of the products that this Bovia could well be in or is likely to be put in if they continue with the idea of stopping methane through cows. So that's just one. Here we go. Arla, not in my house. Apparently people have been showing themselves tipping the products away, milk products and dairy products. But what I found really encouraging was this that is in the Daily Mail. The Good Food Project. We are very good friends with the Good Food Project. You may remember that we were invited up to the event with Barbara O'Neill, hosted by the Good Food Project in Scotland, and I did an interview with Barbara O'Neill, and she was there doing a health thing. And I'm sure that if she saw what was being put into the milk, this is pasteurized, standardized, homogenized milk, not your raw milk that has nothing, grass-fed, good quality dairy milk. Let's go back and see what other things have been said about it. So here we go. Just looking at that, the core brands Arlo includes a range of products such as milk, yogurt, cheese, butter and cream. Sub-brands have got Cravendale. I don't know what Arla Bob is, a fat-free milk that tastes... I don't have any of this rubbish. Lurpak, yes, I've always been suspicious of these things. Anchor offers butters, spreads and creams. Costello, I thought they made cigars. And Apatina, I don't know what that is either. But anyway, the article goes on. It even has an organic range. Arla Organic, which is organic milk and dairy products. Still, how can it be organic if you're adding additives to it? Then there's brands that may be using that milk or that product. Starbucks, Yeo Valley, McDonald's, Eco Milk, and here we go. Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, Aldi, Lidl. They're all in there. Co-op, Marks and Spencer's. And there we see a bin with some of the products in the bin. Lurpak going down the toilet, and various other people. I just think it's fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating to see that when the British public get to hear a whiff of something which is not right, they don't want it. They don't want adulterated foods. And they go, no, thank you. We're getting shot of it. Now, could this be the start of something where the British public start to think about their food and what's actually in the food? Could we just move away from that one thing? Because that's just the tip of the iceberg. Think about all the other things, the E numbers, all the other things, the preservatives, the food colorings, the way food is produced, the high intensity of food, the fact that it's processed and so much of the minerals and vitamins are not part of it when it ends up as a TV dinner being radiated in a microwave. Are we able to sort of think now, actually, we're going to boycott these supermarkets and these big brands because they are providing us with stuff which shouldn't be in the product to begin with? Are we able to sort of say to ourselves, now, actually, do you know what? We should be supporting the genuine farmers, not the ones that are being farmers that are taking this product and putting it in, these big industrial farmers. Let's move away from them and let's go with those middle to small farmers who are desperately trying to make a living, who are trying to bring the best product forward, who are trying not to spray artificials on the or put artificials onto the ground. They're trying not to spray with insecticides and herbicides and fungicides and all of those and glyphosate and things like that. They're not trying to poison us, but they're trying to provide us with good quality food at the farmer's gate. Maybe that's where we should be going, at the farm shops, at the market stalls, at the small little outlets that deal in farmers' products, and take our business, our pound, away from the big supermarkets who are putting stuff into our foods that we don't want. Maybe that's what we should be doing. Now, I'm hoping that on the back of this, that we look further and see what is being done to the food chain and how our food is adulterated with all sorts of chemicals, not least what they're spraying in the skies that's falling down, the aluminium, the barium and all the other bits and pieces, not least what's in the water, the fluoride that's in the water that's being placed onto the ground and watering the plants. It is time that we cleaned up the food chain, the food supply, and we support those people who we know are trying to do the best they can for us, the consumers, who will be buying that food. What do you think? Are you going back to the supermarket after this? I mean, the supermarkets have been compliant with all of this, haven't they? They've been compliant, happy to take food and sell it on. I mean, it's a bit like receiving stolen goods, isn't it? That's how I would look at it. You buy something that you know is stolen because it's cheaper, and that's just as criminal as the people who've stolen it. If you're selling a product that's got some adulteration in the food that supermarkets do, isn't that the same as it's just being compliant, isn't it? You're part of the criminal gang of putting stuff into food that need not be in there. And let's not forget that this all comes back to the basics of the myth of global warming. They're doing this to stop cows from farting. So they're adulterating the food to stop cows from farting, of producing methane for a problem that does not exist. We still need CO2 in the atmosphere. We are not the CO2 that ought to be dying. We need the CO2 in the atmosphere. Anyway, it's great to see it in the paper. It's good to see mainstream media actually reporting on something and showing us that. It's a shame the British public didn't sort of get up in arms and protest in the same way when a government was mandating a certain putting into your body that was produced by, again, a large industry making shed loads of money, and turns out not to be as useful as we first thought. And in fact, people are being harmed by it. Chemicals in the body do not help us. These artificial chemicals. Let's stick back to the things that nature gave us, those herbal remedies, the way that cows eat natural grass and eat and provide raw milk, which is good for you. Instead of, let's stop with the nonsense of putting in strange chemicals into animals that do not need it whatsoever. Well done, British public. Let's keep that going. Let's not take the focus off the others that are making shed loads by having their product in our food and making us ill.